Hello, David here, and the project for today is an unboxing and review of the Redtiger Dashcam. If you remember, I've had a couple of videos out on my last Dashcam, which seemed to die about the time my Ford Contour died, and that was a Cobra Dashcam, and I had a lot of problems with that. So hopefully this one will serve me better. This one supposedly records in 4K. It's made in communist China. I looked all over to try to find a unit that was made in a democratic country. Could find nothing. That's the mount. I'm glad they're not using a suction cup mount. This is a pressure sensitive adhesive mount with a 3M adhesive. At least they claim it's a 3M adhesive. I had a lot of trouble with the suction cup mount with the Cobra. Every time it got warm outside, it would fall off the windshield, and so I wouldn't damage a camera. I actually wired some bell wire from the camera to the rear view mirror so that instead of falling, hitting the dashboard or the console, it would just swing by the wire. And that was a good way to gauge the temperature. When the camera was swinging from the wire, I knew it was over 75 degrees outside. Got a nice compact unit. Claims that the screen is a little bit over 3 inches long. It does not come with a memory card, so you have to supply your own. I happen to pick this one up. It's a 128 gigabyte card. Before you buy a memory card for your dash cam, make sure it's compatible with the dash cam, because the modern dash cams have particular requirements for the specifications on these cards. Owner's manual and a handy little envelope. Okay, there's more sticky things. So these are for routing the wires. It's another piece of sticky. Here's a little tool for tucking the wires under the upholstery of the headliner. And this power cord is for a cigarette lighter. My Ford had a cigarette lighter jack, or receptacle rather. My Toyota RAV4 does not. It only has USB ports. This is the rear-facing camera for the back window, and I'm hoping this cord is long enough to go all the way. And I had to buy this package separately. This is a power cord that plugs into the digital port for your onboard diagnostics, also known as OBD. The camera has a feature where it can turn on with the engine off and the car parked if the camera senses that the car is knocked or jolted. It's a different wiring process. You have to buy this separate wiring kit where the wiring goes directly into the fuse box of the car. I'm going to opt not to do that, only because I'm concerned that having this camera hardwired to the fuse box might drain the car's battery. I'm going to install the memory card. It's going to go in with the contacts facing to the rear. Take it out, just push it in and it comes out. Factory recommends running a test before routing the wires through the car. So I'm going to hook up the power supply here, the rear camera here, take it to the car and hook up power, and I recommend formatting the the memory card first, and the instructions also say to reformat the card once a month. This camera has a built-in GPS, and it can receive a GPS signal, and supposedly that will automatically update the time. On the OBD2 port, just be aware it's got this little it's got a locking tab on there, so when you want to take it off, you got to push on that tab that's on the OBD2 port. Okay, camera's on. I'm getting a message to format the card. It's not a touch screen. Got to push the button on the side. All data will be deleted. Okay. I should take this film off the screen. Okay, the front camera is working. Back camera is showing up in a panel here in the upper left corner. Okay, that appears to be working. Okay, power off by holding down the power button. It's off. Let's turn it on. All right, it is on. Let's go through the menu settings. Resolution, I'll keep it the higher one. So what I do? Audio on. Date stamp on. Loop. Let's do a 3-minute loop. G sensor, keep that on medium for now. Fatigue. I'm going to keep fatigue off because I know when I'm falling asleep. There's a sensor in there that senses when the car's off and it cuts the power off. So I'm going to turn the power to the car on. Speed stamp, I'm going to keep that on. GPS stamp, keep that on. Okay, how do I get out of here? Just want to get to the main menu. Speed units. Mile per hour. GPS. I don't know what that is. Rear cam flip. I'll keep that off. Rear flip. I don't know what that is. Guess I'll find out later. I'll have that off. App. I know what that is. Wi-Fi. turn Wi-Fi on. Please turn off Wi-Fi. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi off. Language is English. Time format 12 hour. Daytime. I don't know what the date is today. Yeah, July 23. And it is 11:04. Oops. $11:05. Let's go. Date, month, year. Okay. I went through the formatting procedure and I figured out the upper button on the left side is what returns back to the main menu. I turned the Wi-Fi off and went through some of the other settings in the menu. I downloaded the app for my cell phone from Redtiger, and it says to power the camera on. Click next. Connect Wi-Fi. Guess I connect to share. Hit the share button. Gotta verify it's me with my fingerprint. Scan this code to connect to my Wi-Fi and share the password. Okay, it says I'm connected, so I think that's all I need to do. It's telling me to add a camera. Camera's installed, powered on, connect to Wi-Fi. Says I'm connected. So I think I need to go back to the camera menu and turn Wi-Fi on. I'll do that off camera. I don't have my tripod with me. It's still telling me to turn my Wi-Fi off. So I'm going to turn it off and worry about that later. Instruction manual has a QR code for how to use the Wi-Fi.
How to connect your Redtiger Dashcam with Wi-Fi. Press the power button to turn on the Dashcam. Press M button to enter menu. Press up or down button to select setting and M button to confirm.
Fingernails are creeping me out.
Scanning the QR code and download the app. Download Redtiger app. Select Wi-Fi and activate. The seed and password will show on the screen. Open Redtiger app. Press at camera. Jump to setting and open WLAN. Find the seed and enter password. Connect successfully. Find your video and download here.
Okay, so the advantage of that is that you can download your photos and videos to your camera. I'm going to mount the camera on my windshield first, and then I'm going to fool with that Wi-Fi setting. I haven't installed the Dashcam yet, but I'm just curious if I can read the card. So I took the memory card out, put it in this adapter. Ran an errand to the store. Okay, so I don't have to do anything special to view the film clips. I could just take the card out of the camera and put it in my laptop and see the clips. But I will try to learn how to copy the clips to my smartphone wirelessly after I install the camera to the dash. Cleaning off the residue with some alcohol. Got this electrostatic sheet. I don't know if you could see that, but peel the backing off. Peel off the adhesive backing here. When you get to the side curtain airbag, make sure your wire is not crossing over the airbag, because that could be catastrophic if the airbag deploys. Seems to be a lot of space in here. So I was having a problem routing these wires down along here because this box ended up around here and there wasn't clearance between the door and this dash panel. So I decided to take some of these panels off the dash. This one and this one, and then I took this one off so I could grab it with my hand as it came down through here. Just tuck that in there. Get this panel on. I think I might have to get a Dremel and just cut a little hole in there for that cord. Yeah, no, it's not pretty. Well, I don't feel good about cutting a notch in there, but that's the best thing I can do. And the door hardly touches it when the door is closed. Took me about 10 tries to get the smartphone connected to the dash cam, and when I was on the smartphone for the Redtiger app, it kept telling me to scan a QR code, and I had no QR code to scan. Then I watched a video, and that person said just enter the default password. Excuse me. Went to a YouTube video from the Redtiger company, and they said to find the SSID, which is the F7N347DE number for my camera, and then click on that and then enter the 8-digit password, which is 1234567 Then it gives you an option to change the password. So with the camera on, I was able to go find my videos, and I turned the camera off, and then once I turned the camera off, there's nothing in the album. So in order to see the snapshots and videos in the album, you have to have the camera on. Okay, for the rear camera, it's this jack on the left. I'm going to start threading it around the trim, starting at the front. Go along through there, can't even see it. It's in there. Gonna work my way through to the back. Okay, I was able to lead the wire for the rear camera this far to the tailgate, and I want to see if I have enough wire to go all the way, because if I don't, the company makes a longer wire that you can purchase, and judging by this, looks like I'm going to have plenty of wire. I want to lead it up through one of those hoses up there. I'm going to lead it up either through here or through here. I'm going to remove the trim and then come around the window and go back. The instruction manual states that the camera is an all-weather camera, and they said it's preferable to mount it outside the car, so I'm going to try to lead it through the license plate light. I did not have enough room in this cable housing, so I let it up into this cable housing, And this thicker part was a real bear to get through there, but I was able to push it through a fraction of an inch at a time. I'm going to lead it through here, out through here, and then I got to decide if I want to mount the camera by the rear mounted stoplight or just take it all the way around to the license plate light. But as you can see in here, the route to the license plate light is surrounded by a channel. So that's a decision I'm going to have to make. There's 3 of these push pins that hold the headliner in. Sorry it's not focusing. I removed these 4 access panels to see if there are any screws or bolts holding this panel in place, and no, there's not. So I'm going to take this panel off and see how difficult it would be to go through the license plate light. Okay, I've got the panel off and all these clips came with it. If you ever lose one, check to see if it's still in the door. These just slide out like that. And there's 13 of them. There's 2 license plate lights, this one and that one. I'm going to try to pop that fitting out of there. So the wire comes out. Looks like it's just held in with these clips. It's plastic, so it's probably easy to break. Looking at these tail lights, and it doesn't look like they come out easily. I think I'm going to have to remove this whole tail light assembly. And the nuts for that are right here. Some access holes for those, not that one. That one in there. That one there. Why is that loose? That shouldn't be loose. This is the pressure pad switch for opening the tailgate. I'm going to see if I could just loosen that, and I just need to get the wire through there. Well, those bolts were loose too, but anyway, I took them out and that doesn't budge, and I noticed that the pressure pad switch is in the tail light housing. So I'm going to look for another way where I could sneak through, but it looks like I'm going to have to take that tail light housing out. Eat all you want, there's plenty of food here. Where's your daddy? I'm not finding an easy way of taking this assembly off, and it's going to take a lot of time. I've never done this before, and let's face it, I'm not an ace mechanic. So what I found was on the factory backup light, there's a lot of space under here, and there's nothing in the way. It's a big pad of plastic here. I'm going to drill a 1/4-inch hole in there to get the jack from the camera. It's going to look like that. There's a camera, and that's the jack that connects to the rest of the cord. Whoops. How's that? Come on, focus. There we go. Just got to lead that through there, and then I'll seal the hole with some RTV. I wanted to drill out from the inside, but I can't get a good angle on it. That was a 1/4-inch drill bit, by the way. I better check the backup camera and make sure it's working. This camera's working, and both of those cameras are working. Let's figure out where I want to mount it. I could put it here, but I'm afraid it's going to interfere with the pressure switch for opening the tailgate. If I have it too close to the backup camera, the wide angle lens of the backup camera might pick up this Dashcam camera. I don't want it in the way of the license plate light, so I'm thinking best position would be about here. Get some alcohol, clean off the surfaces. Kit comes with an adhesive pad and 4 screws. I'll go through the screws if the adhesive pad doesn't hold up. Smart TV in there. I realized that I could follow this cable loom around the door, but I feel like I want to do a perfect job, so I'm gonna weave the wire inside the door. And I thought of using a coat hanger, but that wasn't flexible enough. But I've got this cable from an old garage door. It's very flexible. I'm gonna weave that through. Aha, got it. Just like doing the roto rooter, sometimes you got to turn that cable to get it through. And this braided cable was the only way I could get it through. So this is the amount of slack that I have. It's not a whole lot. I'm going to coil some of it up, and I've got some wire looms that came with the kit to hold the wires down. These are the 5 pieces provided for anchoring the wires down. I'm going to put this first one up in there. I'll put the next one over here. And there's no way that I could stop fraying anything that's going on inside that channel. So I'm just going to have to hope for the best. Got my wires secured from bouncing around. There it is, going through the reverse camera. Time to put the back panel on. Make sure all the pins are there and then line them up. I lost one of these white things. That's not good. I lost both of them here. See if I could drop the rear latch and see if they come down. Alright, everything is hooked up. Dash cam is working. I got front camera, the back camera. I'm going to drive it around for a few days, get some camera pictures at daytime and nighttime, and then I'll take the memory card out and put it in my computer so I could add it to this video. There's one problem I need to talk about is the connection to my cell phone with Wi-Fi. It says I'm connected on my Wi-Fi. When I go back to connect the camera, it just killed everything on me. When I connect to the camera, it says my Wi-Fi is connected. I don't know if you can see that. And my question is, do you have to be next to your home Wi-Fi in order to use your cell phone to get video? Or can you be on the road? So, see, I get connection failed, no camera detected. Wants to know if I want to add a new camera. So this feature only worked once for me, and that's it. Also need to clear up another thing. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned that the Toyota RAV4 doesn't have a cigarette lighter. It does, but I don't consider it because I forget it's there, because we have one of these 4 USB adapters that goes into the cigarette lighter, so we can both charge our phones and run GPS when we're on the road. But anyway, I went to the dealer, pick up some of these replacement clips. I bought 4 of them. They were $17. Yeah, what a rip, huh? Okay, so I got frustrated trying to link my cell phone to the dash cam, but I noticed in the manual I could go to the Redtiger website and set up their player on my laptop. So I downloaded their program, and that Winnie the Pooh guy that's president of communist China better not be spying on my laptop. But anyway, this is what it looks like. I noticed that it had some files on there from when I was sleeping, so I think the camera's on all the time. And just to let you know that I was paranoid about hardwiring the dash cam to my fuse box, but the circuitry does have protection in that it will sense a low car battery and it'll shut the system off, so it won't run your battery down so that you'll get stranded. So I found the file that was recording while I was driving, and I set the settings so it would record miles per hour rather than kilometers. So that's what it looks like, and I wanted to get some daytime driving and nighttime driving, so I did neglect to clean my windshield, so the windshield is dusty. And I even did some driving around where I was on a remote road, and I drove around with my headlights off just to see the light grabbing properties of the camera. So here I am at night. It's just after sunset. It's I think it was about 9:30 p.m. And I want to get behind the car to see if I could read a license plate. Let's go to the files. Go to File, Open File. And I notice that there's, it's on my F drive. Let's go to the card. Okay, there's F and there's R and then there's Photo F. I think Photo F is for stills. Let's see if there's anything on there. Okay, there's nothing there. Let's go to Movie R, see what's on there. Let's find a time when I was driving. Okay, let's go to 9:31. That's 9:31 a.m. Let's go to 9:38 p.m. See what we've got. Okay, it's going backwards. So this is the rear camera. There's a car behind me. I'm going to take these files and wrap them into the video so that you'll get full screen and hopefully higher definition, minus the my dirty windshield. This rear camera is outside, so there's no glass between the camera and the cars behind me. So it's just the front camera that might have some dust on the glass between the camera lens and the outside of the car. So this Redtiger player software is working great. I'm happy with that. I'm just not happy with the interface between the dash cam and the my cell phone. I did have to pop out the memory card and pop it into my laptop, but I'm glad I don't need any. I'm glad I don't have to do any special magic voodoo or anything to get it to play. It seems to play pretty easily. And I'm going to end my narration part here, and I'll just roll in some videos after this. I want to thank you guys and gals for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more great videos from David GPO. And also, by the way, notice over here, there's a Google map showing where you're driving, so that's kind of cool. It's got the driving, your direction, shows your car, and where you're going on the map. So this is a cigarette lighter adapter, and I notice it does have one plug for the USB port, and it would be nice if it had 2 or 3. That way you want to charge a couple of cell phones while you're driving, that would be great. But I guess one is better than none. But Redtiger, if you're watching, put 2 more in there. It's going to cost. So I was just playing with my cell phone, trying to find the dash cam, and it found the files. It says the downloaded files will be moved to the local album, but I wouldn't know how to change my, I wouldn't know how to transfer the files on the phone to my laptop. I notice in the upper right corner of each frame it says R for rear camera and F for the front facing camera. And I got this set to do 3-minute loops for each file. This is what the screen looks like when you try to set up your camera. It's going to show the camera number, the F7N number, and then it's going to have a black button for access camera. Then click on the lower left button to access the files. What's this button? Oh, that says recording stopped. Recording started. So I guess you could start it and stop it from your cell phone. Oh, you could take a still picture with that button. I'm guessing this is a settings button. Okay, let's access it again. Okay, it's giving me an option to access the camera. That's a good thing. So why is it saying no videos? Oh, here we go. There's a list of the videos. Okay. So for now, I have access to my cell phone. Don't know what I did to get it going, but it's going. What I've discovered is that every time you want to connect to your phone, you have to turn the Wi-Fi on because it turns itself off. So press this middle button, get to the menu, press the bottom button to get the settings, and then press the middle button again. Scroll down to Wi-Fi, press the middle button, and then press the bottom button to on, and press the middle button to OK. And you know the Wi-Fi is on because you'll see this red letters there with your identification number, and then it should connect to your phone. I noticed with Wi-Fi on, you cannot get to the menu. For some reason, it says when you press the menu button, it says to turn off the Wi-Fi first. But the only way to turn off the Wi-Fi is to go to the menu, so that's kind of strange. Pretty much have to turn the power off with this holding this button at the top for 3 seconds. Also, it won't work without internet access, so you have to have internet access for it to tether to your phone.